Hello everyone, my name is Hectic and welcome back to another GTA video on my channel. And today I'm going to go over, stop interacting with that. I'm going to go over some of the money making methods that I think should always be on double money. Yes, now sometimes some of these might make them extremely overpowered, or some of them just may make the money methods better. Yes, because there's some that you can do, and when they aren't double money, it's still fine. But if they were double money, it would still be just that much better. And some of them, if they're not double money, they are complete trash. Yes, so let's start off. We're starting off here with the agency, and it's going to be security contracts is what I think should always be double money. If not, maybe a slight tweak to them all. I absolutely love doing these in GTA Online. They're one of my favorite things to do, if not my favorite things to do. I've completed 26 contracts for over $8.9 million. And as of this week, which right now it's October 11th, they're all double money. Yes, generally these will pay you between $32,000 and upwards to what I've heard, $85,000. This week they're paying you about $70,000 to if we are going to factor in that $80,000, about $170,000. And as you can see here, I can do a vehicle recovery one for $107,000. Now, if they're not double money, they're still okay. This is one of the fast ways to make money, even if it's not so much money. And you're thinking, what about Headhunter? All of that stuff. This beats Headhunter. This beats payphone hits. In as far as quick money goes, this even beats like all like the heists. Obviously. Yeah, beats all of that stuff. For $30,000 you want, this is probably the quickest 30 grand. If we're even talking that low. That's even the fastest of those. Of that money that you can ever get in this game. Yeah. But I mean, they're not bad. When they're not double money, in fact, I still grind them. Even when I complete 201 and get that $20,000 bonus for the agency safe, I would still probably do these because they're fun to do, and it's just quick money. But I mean, if they were double money, now I could see maybe having something that's $100,000 every like 5 minutes is probably a little bit too powerful. But it's really not, because you do have payphone hits and you have life and death bike stuff that are paying $75,000, $85,000 in a span of that it'll take to do maybe one or two of these on non-double money. I don't think having these permanently on double money is that unfair or that overpowered. So yeah, so that's not really that bad at all. And if it was always like this, we've been making lots of money. This is a great way to make up a lot of money too, but given even more incentive to do these, I don't think I've done more security contracts than I've ever done. I did this double money week, which it's ending in like 2 days. So, but still, 126 for 8.9 million. Now, a few million came out of this week. Like, I actually earned a few $1 million out of doing these. I think when I started, I was at like 4 or 5 million, if not maybe 4, 5, 6 million before the double week money. And then when that came out, it's still I'm almost now at 9 mil. And every night, every morning now, and probably after I do this video, I'm gonna grind some more of these. It's a great cooldown So it's not unreasonable to have these on double money, and I would love to have them with it, doing it double money. It's not too overpowered because you have other things that, while they won't do it as quickly, they still can do payouts. So it's not like $100,000 is too goated. But I mean, there's some people that can do some payphone hits in like under 3 minutes. So I mean, that's $85,000 in like 3 minutes. Are you saying now payphone hits need nerfs? So I think that would just be a little bit better. Now the next thing that we had to do, there's not a whole lot that I think should always be double money. But the next thing really is apparent, and it's going to be the auto shop. Probably the entirety of the auto shop. Yes, we're going to start off with these customer sell vehicles. You know how these work. You modify them, you sell into the vehicle. And if you want to make the most money from it, you deliver it yourself. Yeah. But when they were on double money weekend, the max profit you could get from these is like $60,000, and in total you're basically making $110,000 technically, but you're getting some money back, so it's technically not. But imagine, like, there was a lot of times when auto shop was double money where I had two vehicles here and they were both had the profit margin at $60,000 each. Yes, so that's basically two high-end vehicles because that's how you sell those ones the most. The customer will bring you a higher-end vehicle. That's what determines the payment price of that. So that's like $120,000 plus a couple $100,000. If you technically want to look at the payouts, if you want to count in the money that you're getting back of some of that, that's a couple $100,000 every few minutes or so. It might take a little bit of doing that, but I mean, doing that. And I didn't finish my statement there. I'm sorry, but very good if these are on double money. Let's talk about when they're not on double money. The max payment I think I've seen that I get is maybe $50,000. On average, it's 20 to maybe 40,000. Actually 20 to 30,000 more is the ones I tend to get, and that's not included the money taken back. Like I'll let's say if this was the car for it, $20,000 for the repair cost usually, and then about $20,000 back or in the payment for delivering it to the buyer if I deliver it myself. So I get a $20,000 profit. Whereas if this was double money, it would be the payment price I think 40 and getting 40 back. So that's like 40,000. Yeah, more worth doing. Which, by the way, I think I still have to do tests on this. I believe if you sell these vehicles, no matter what, and let your staff sell them, you don't get the money back. You only get the profit margin. Yes. So, yikes. If you're doing these, unless if you really just want that money passively and you don't care about how much you get, which every now and then I actually do, and sometimes I just tired of looking at all these vehicles just here, I'll do that. But generally, just source them yourself. They won't take more than 3-ish minutes. If you get one that's like 3-4 miles away, unlucky. But most of them are probably like a mile or two away. You can do this easily. Yeah. So I wish these were always on double money. Whenever they're not, I have no incentive to do it. I used to do them a bit in the past, and I do them every now and then. Which also, I wish the auto shop would keep track of how many of these you did and the actual money you made from them. So just so I can flex that one. Let's talk about the auto shop contracts. So that's that. I wish those were, out of anything, I wish those were always double money. Yeah, that's a nice quick little method on this. The auto shop contracts, they're fun to do. I wish these were always double money, although you might have some running into some problems within. The best contract paying is $300,000 with the Union Depository. That's the best one you could do. That's pretty good for what it is, and that's a little bit harder to grind out than what these are, like $170,000. I can grind that out, especially this double money weekend week, in less time than it takes to do both setups and the finale, which on most of these is pretty easy, so that's still saying something. But when they're double money, like $300,000 each, that's more of an incentive to do these, and I did a lot of them. Yeah, I used to have where I only did like 2 or 3 of these, and now within that money I completed 8 for over $2 million. Yeah. So, not that's pretty darn good. So, but I mean, the problem comes is now the Union Depository. Now you're having a contract that's permanently $600,000. Well, yes, you have Cayo Perico, but that takes a little bit of time. You do have to scat out those. You do have to do the source mission. The Union Depository ones, if you know what you're doing, those setups don't take that long at all, and the finale, as long as you just don't die, doesn't take long at all. So that's actually like bad overpowered $600,000. Yes. So if Rockstar decided to do that, they would have to balance out a little bit of that, and I could see why. But still, generally, I think these should probably be paid. Maybe make them pay like $220,000. Let's throw out that number. That might be a little bit more incentive within that, because then you're like, do we do Union Depository, or do we do one a little bit different and sometimes maybe easier for a little bit less, or actually compared to Union Depository 220, that's a lot less, but still make it competitive in that case. These I just have no incentive to do, even for 178,000, because I can just grind these out faster. The only incentive to do these is if you have fun. Yeah. So I wish those were always on double money, but I can see why. Exotic exports, again, we're not going to really talk about those. Those I think probably should just be removed. It's not really helpful that much in any way, especially if I don't get the bonus. You only get the 200k bonus for delivering all 10 in one day. You only get that once, and then it's like 20,000 every single time, and sometimes those are hard to find. So that's pretty much all that I wish were always double money as far as these. Now I'm going to bring up the one more thing. I might mention another ones. Again, I'm going to touch a little bit. Maybe MC businesses should always be with that, because they're pretty trash right now as far as that. But there's some inherent some inherent problems with some of the balance. If we just Rockstar would have to fix some of the balances if that was true. So maybe it's some of those, and sometimes maybe it's some of the biker contracts as well, since Life and Death Bikes is literally goated with what you have to do for an MC contract. So maybe butt those up a little bit, maybe make those on double money as well. And you can even make them all double money. I mean, Life and Death Bikes $120,000. That's less OP than having Union Depository always $600,000. Or you can even do that like security contracts. That would be in the realm of a double money security contract. Yeah. So why not do that? Those I think are pretty much all. Actually, I am going to briefly mention maybe CEO vehicle cargo, and sometimes maybe the vehicle crates. Although I can understand the crates, because you have to kind of be active to make that, and you can make a lot of money without it being double money, but you make a whole lot more double money, which is what a lot of people just wait for. The vehicle cargo, again, I just think maybe that should be double money, especially with what you're doing within that. Just make them more incentive to do that. Yeah, again, double money. Probably any like terabyte MOC, any of those type of missions should just always be double money. There's really no need to do that. Again, Um, so I mean, always double money. Those usually don't get out. Now, like things like VIP work and stuff, I think those go through in the weekly update, like rotation, fairly well. So I mean, but I mean, still, again, if those were also double money, maybe yes, but not everything does have to be double money. Some of them are fine if they're not. Yes, but some of them, like I think, out of all of these, let's recap which ones do I think out of all of these should be double money always. If I had to pay, I would think I could live with all of those other things not being double money except for the auto shop. I just think the entirety of the auto shop money making method should probably just be double money method. And then Rockstar, you decide what you want to do with Union Depository. So, but especially these car sales, please just make these double money. Either that or just remove them. They're not good that well. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. My name is Hectic. See you guys in the next one.